guys, I'm back and
I'm angry.
and I'm here to answer all your questions regarding my boobie surgery. Are you gonna sit there in the back of my video?
No, but I was sitting here first. Why did you come here?
Well, the lighting's good here.
Well, fine, I guess I have to move then.
Because you're just like in the back and distracting me.
Fine, bye.
Can you get me some Rene? Because I've got heartburn.
Oh, God, when you come here, you just boss me around non-stop.
I did say I was going to record when I get back, but I didn't record when I got back because I didn't really have anything to say, to be honest. And I'm going to be answering all your questions now, and I'm in a better place to be speaking properly and answering your questions. I put up a little question box on Instagram and loads of you sent in some questions. So it is Thursday today, and tomorrow will be 2 weeks since my surgery. So I've been back in the UK for just over a week and I'm feeling really good now. As you can probably tell, all my videos that I filmed in Istanbul, I was a bit like, Tomorrow is 2 weeks since my surgery. Do you know what? Let me quickly show you. I'm very pale right now. I haven't fake tanned for obvious reasons. I just got my nails done today. I had no nails almost 2 weeks. Look how pale I am. This is the real Anna. This is the real Anna. I'm just gonna get naked. Fuck it, I'm just gonna get naked. I'll put my top back on. Right, so 2 weeks and I'm not gonna show you the whole thing, but like it's healed really well so far. It's still very, very swollen. I'm gonna actually put the proper before and after pictures on Patreon because I'm just not very comfortable putting my boobs out there on Instagram or YouTube. But Patreon's more of a smaller community. So I'm gonna put my before and after pictures on Patreon. Well, I'll just cover my nipples. I mean, I don't even know if you really need to see them. I still don't know what the final look is gonna be because it's still not even been 2 weeks. It's so swollen and you don't get the final result until at least a month, 6 weeks after your surgery. So even my after pictures, I'm just gonna put the ones that are on the surgery table, and what I'll do is I'll update them at 6 weeks with the final result. Like I said, when you even see the pictures on the surgery table, just be aware that that is a swollen image. It doesn't even look like that. Like the middle is now opened up and day by day the swelling is getting less and less and less. I'm so far happy with it and I can't wait to the final result to actually see what it looks like. Anyway, just give me a minute while I put my top back on. Okay, so the first question is, how long is recovery? How long until you can go out and do normal activities? Okay, so this is a really good question. Who's that?
Who is it?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know. Maybe it's Gingerbeard. He wouldn't do that. He would avoid coming at all.
Okay, so how long is recovery? I'd say obviously the first day's a write-off. Then after that, for the first week, I'd say you can just do small, very short walks, but it's very important to do those walks because you get your blood circulation running and that helps with the healing. But yeah, it's very, very small, short walks. The first few days, you cannot even lift your arms up. You have to be really, really careful. So I do think if you are going for surgery, it's important to have someone like staying with you. If you're going abroad, coming with you to just be able to do little things. Like I had my boyfriend, he was literally helping me like get changed the first few days. But then I'd say after 5 days, you can start lifting your arms a bit more up. Like now I can lift my arms up. I still can't go all, like stretch it too high. You have to be really careful. You can't carry heavy things. You can't actually go back to exercising for 6 weeks. I'd say after basically a week, you can start going on longer walks, but not like fast-paced walks. After a week, I'd say you can go on longer walks, and then after 2 weeks, you can go on like a bit more of a fast-paced walk, but nothing that involves lifting or any strain to the upper body for 6 weeks. To put it in perspective, right, I had my surgery on Friday, and then that Monday, Tuesday coming up, I took off work, and Tuesday I had my flight back to UK. So that was 5 days in Istanbul and came back to the UK. And then the following Monday and Tuesday, I went back to work in the pharmacy. I only needed 1 week off work and it hadn't even been 2 weeks and I was back at work. But if your work involves anything carrying heavy things, then obviously not. You'd need 6 weeks off. Someone asked for recovery tips. So my tips for recovery is, number one is to take bromelain. It's like a herbal product which helps swelling. So I was taking that every morning and every evening. Another recovery tip would be to not do any extreme dieting after your surgery. Don't do any big changes, just be on a healthy, balanced diet. Lots of fruit and vegetables. My mum's living with me right now. If you listen to my podcast, you'd know. But she makes me these berry smoothies. So berries are really good for recovery. Pineapple's amazing for recovery. I was having fresh orange juice in the mornings, every morning. Another tip I would have is to, when you sleep, just to sleep upright for the first week. Hi.
Kiwis are also really good.
Kiwi's really good.
Apparently it's meant to be really good.
Thanks for that. Thanks for the input.
And protein, Nana. Don't
Protein!
forget. Protein's the most important thing for wound healing is protein.
Oh my God, yeah. Active. Don't lay in bed all day. That's not good for your healing. I would basically, in the hotel in Istanbul, those first 5 days, I would get out of bed and basically the floor of my hotel, I'd just do laps around that floor and do 10-minute walks and then go back to bed, rest. And then after a few hours, I'd get up again and do like another 10-minute walk. And I was saying to sleep upright, it helps with the swelling. Also, you'll just be really uncomfortable sleeping flat. I couldn't sleep flat at all for the first week. I had to have a little bit of a upright position. After the first week of sleeping upright, it started to give me a bit of like a headache because I'm very prone to headaches, and because of the position of my neck and my head, for a week I had a bad migraine when I got back to the UK for 2-3 days, which is probably why I didn't record. But that's all gone. I'm feeling good now. No headaches, I can sleep flat, and I'm recovering well. Swelling's going down. So the next question is, how painful is it? Do you know what? It's such a weird question. When I first got out of the surgery, when they first wake you up, at that point it's a bit like, whoa, it's quite painful. But then as soon as you're like, I'm in pain, I just have painkillers. They gave me painkillers and I was okay. As long as the nurses are keeping on top of your painkillers, you'll be fine. But you know what? After like 3 days, I didn't even need painkillers anymore. Even before that, when I was taking my painkillers, so I was taking ibuprofen and diclofenac, I was fine. Like I didn't have pain. The feeling that you have is almost like a heavy kind of pressure on your chest, but it's not painful. It's almost uncomfortable, but not painful. I was watching movies with my boyfriend in the hotel in Istanbul and I was laughing my head off. In fact, I think I laughed more those days in Istanbul than I have in such a long time. We were just cracking up so much laughing. So if I was in pain or that much discomfort, I wouldn't have laughed so much. Okay, next question is, what do you mean by bottomed out? Can anyone bottom out? What I mean by bottoming out is that the implant kind of drops. Money, what is bottoming out?
Move up, I'll tell them.
I don't know what bottoming out is.
Look at where I look. I'm happy to share a picture of myself when I bottomed out because it was like a severe case of bottoming out.
Hers was worse than mine.
I'll put it on, what?
Patreon.
Patreon, I'll cover my nipples, obviously. Here. And basically, how do you explain it? The implant drops, but your skin has stayed put. So it's almost like, imagine your boobs, you just got your surgery, everything's done, and your nipple is in the middle, but then imagine you're dropping and your nipple just getting higher and higher and higher. My nipple was like here and my implant had dropped all the way down. And I met Gingerby like that. He would be sucking, you know, on these extremely high nipples that were all the way up here. I mean, he must have been thinking this girl should be in a circus. But you know what I mean? It's hope that you could achieve anything. You get the man of your dreams, even with bottomed out titties.
So you don't really have cleavage. It just looks weird.
Yeah.
You'll see in the before pictures. I'll put Mandy's up as well.
Oh my God, do you know what? I've actually got a picture with me with an outfit on there I can show. All right, so you should be able to see like where the nipples are, there and there. And then you can see the whole breast. Me too.
I don't know if anyone is prone to bottoming out. I think people that have got genetically, they don't have good skin elasticity, they're more prone to bottoming out. I think if you have your implants obviously on top of your muscle, you're more prone to bottoming out. If you don't do good aftercare and wear a supportive bra or wear like an underwide bra after, you're prone to bottoming out. I think For me, genetics plays a big part of it. Me and my sister both, what are the chances, had bottomed out implants. So our skin elasticity in general is really bad. But yeah, I don't really know the right answer for that, to be honest. I think whoever wants to know if they would be more prone to bottoming out, Google would be your answer, not me. Because all I know is that I'm prone to it because it's happened. It was really affecting my confidence, and I'm just happy that I can finally have my confidence back. So the next question is, who was your doctor, surgeon, and would you recommend them? So 3 years ago, when I went and got an implant reduction and lift in the UK, I spent like £12,000 with like this top UK surgeon, and within 6 months, they bottomed out. And then since then, I didn't know what to do. I was confused. I was like, so I go to the top surgeon in the UK and this happens. My sister before me went to a UK surgeon for a lift, and he was like a really big doctor, and she got an infection and nearly lost her nipple. So I was like, what's going on? Like, I don't know where to go next. Like, how do you know if you're gonna go to the right person? Literally a whole year I was thinking about who to go to. So I ended up going to Dr. Serkan Bauta in Istanbul. Reason I ended up going to Dr. Serkan Bauta is because I literally knew 4 different people that went to him and they had amazing results. And I did loads of research on him. All his reviews were really good, and I just felt more comfortable and confident to go to him. I actually reached out to Dr. Serkan Bauta and I asked whether he could help me with my situation and if he could do my boob job for me. That is how I ended up going to Dr. Serkan Bauta. Just like I'm on my Instagram telling you guys where I'm going for my Botox and my fillers and my extensions and my makeup and all this stuff, I'm gonna tell you guys who I went to for my breast surgery, because I've had such a good experience with him so far. I've had an amazing experience with him. This is not me telling anyone to go for surgery, because that's not what I'm saying here. I'm just telling you guys I've been to him and I've had an amazing experience with him. I have said it before and I'll say it again, surgery isn't a joke. It's something that, you know, you need to be doing it for the right reasons. You need to be doing it for yourself, and you should have thought long and hard before you do it. You should do lots of research. You know what? I am so happy with the decision I made. I've had such a smooth, amazing process so far. Like I said though, I'm very swollen, so my final result isn't obvious yet. I can't tell you that until a month after the swelling drops. All I can say is so far, it's been amazing, and I think it's gonna look amazing. In terms of the surgeon himself, he was so reassuring and he just made me feel so comfortable. He was very professional but very nice. Okay, next question is, have you gone bigger? So my implants before this surgery were 320cc, but he's basically made it a little bit bigger. I don't remember, because I was so obviously occupied at that time when he was doing my surgery, but I think he said it was 360 or 380cc, the ones that he replaced it with. So it's a little bit bigger, but the reason why he made the implant a little bit bigger is because he took so much of my breast tissue out, and he needed to take so much of my breast tissue out. The thing is, my boob job wasn't just a simple boob job. It was almost like a reconstruction. In terms of the size of my boobs now, they're exactly the same size as they were before, even though the implant's bigger, if that makes sense, because less breast tissue. Next question is, what is the difference between in front of the muscle or behind the muscle? My first ever surgery and my second surgery, both of them were in front of the muscle, and both times I've had complications. So the behind the muscle obviously goes behind your muscle and in front goes in front. UK surgeons don't really do as much behind the muscle, because going behind the muscle I think is more difficult for them to do. It's more of a difficult recovery. With in front of the muscle, it's more of an easy recovery and easy surgery to do. So it's less likely to go wrong, if that makes sense. I remember asking the surgeon that did my boobs in the UK, and I said to him, are you gonna go in front of my muscle or behind? And he said, I'm gonna go in front. And I was like, why? He was like, it's much better, less complications. And I didn't really question him, because I was like, he's top surgeon, he knows what he's doing. But when I went to Istanbul and I asked the surgeon in Istanbul, he just said, definitely behind the muscle. So now I've gone behind the muscle, and I can already tell that I've done the right thing. If only at the very beginning when I went to that surgeon in the UK, he went behind my muscle, I probably wouldn't have ever needed another boob job. That is one thing that I'd say, if you're gonna go for a boob job, make sure you find out whether you should be going behind the muscle or in front. I asked Dr. Serkan Bauta and he said 90% of the people he does breast surgery for, he goes behind the muscle. Only a very, very small proportion of people he goes in front for. And I can already tell behind the muscle keeps the implant in place. Next question is, are they hard? So when I first came out of my surgery, the first week, they were like here. I swear, they were so swollen. It was my muscle that was swollen and it was really hard. And even now, they are a little bit hard. Every single day that goes by, it just softens more and more and more. I'm gonna do a 6-week update video for you all, where I can tell you how my boobs are looking, if I'm happy with my final result. I'll put an after picture of 6 weeks on Patreon and I'll let you know how soft they are. But right now they're still a little bit hard, but guys, it's not even been 2 weeks. Does it scar and scar tips? So my last surgery before this one, when I had the lift and the reduction, my scars turned out really bad. I can't really blame my surgeon. That was my own fault. I was just so stupid not looking after my scars. I went on a holiday after 6 weeks of having that surgery. I didn't put proper SPF on them. I was partying in Mykonos. This time, because I've got fresh scars, believe me, I have done my research and I am not making the same mistake. I am gonna have minimal scarring, and I promise you that. If you look after your scars, they won't be as obvious. I have a whole plan in place. When you really, really need to look after your scars is 6 weeks post-op. The plan I'm gonna have is, I'm gonna have silicone tapes. I'm gonna be wearing the silicone tapes for over 12 hours, so 12 to 16 hours during the day. And then in the evening, I've decided to go for 2 different creams, which I'm gonna use every night on alternate nights. The first one is called Nivea Scar Savior. And the second one is called, sorry, I have to go onto my phone to find out because I don't know the names. The second one is called Cicatricure Cure. I will link these in my description. And I actually did get one more. So it's an oil, which I know is really good, called Eco by Sonia or something. So actually I will use all 3 of those on alternate nights. And I will make sure I use all 3 of those every single night on alternate nights. And every single day I will wear the silicone plasters. And I think it's advised that you do that for 3 months. And I'm gonna do that for 3 months. I'm not gonna mess around this time. This time I'm gonna be so on top of them that you're barely gonna see them by the time I'm done with them. Why did you choose to have it abroad and not in the UK? The reason why I chose to have it abroad is because the first 2 breast surgeries I had in the UK didn't go well at all. I know sometimes Turkey has a bad rap for things, but the UK could as well. The reason why I went to Turkey is because I wanted to go to Dr. Serkan, basically, and wherever he was, I was gonna go there. How do you know the surgeon is reliable and can be trusted? That question, I think I've answered it already. Like I said, after knowing people that had gone to him on a personal level, 4 different people, I felt like I could trust him and I felt like he was reliable. And also reading all the reviews online, Real Self is really good to get reviews on your surgeon. Which brand and what size surgery bar did you get? Mandy, yeah? Can you come here? That's why I didn't put my top on and I just put my hoodie on, because I knew I'm gonna need to do something. Ow! You alright? What happened? Can you just look at the top back of my surgery bar and tell me the brand and the size?
Yeah. Oh god, it's like text on it. It's called Elmura, E-L-M-U-R-A.
Elmura.
And the size, fat bitch, it says, I'm joking. Medium.
They gave me the surgery bra, so I'm pretty sure wherever you go, they provide you with a surgery bra. This one's different to any other surgery bra I've had. In my last 2 surgeries, it was just like this bit, whereas this has got this whole, I don't know, what do you call it? Whatever you call it, Velcro, which you kind of put over here, and it puts a lot of pressure on top to help with the swelling on top, which makes sense because now that you're going underneath the muscle, your muscles swell up a lot at the top. So this has helped just bring down the swelling. I have to wear this bra for the whole of the first month post-op. After the first month post-op, you have to wear a sports bra or a comfort bra or anything like that for another month, because if you wear underwire, that's going to dig into your, you know, newly healed surgical wounds. It's not a good idea. I never ever worn underwire braring. I used to always wear lounge bras, comfort bras, and I think that's one of the things I've done wrong, which may have been one of the reasons why past my boobs sagged so much, because if you wear a good underwired bra, it just keeps them up. So next question is the price, and is flights and hotel and transfers included? Your price is based on how much of a, you know, complicated procedure the surgeon thinks that it's going to be for you. Transfers and hotel stay were included, but flights weren't included. I had to pay for my flights. How was your flight home? My flight home wasn't bad at all. I had my boyfriend to help me like push the luggage, put the luggage above, and do all the, you know, the heavy work. I was just a bit slow, I guess, like moving around and doing things, but it wasn't bad. I went to Nusrat, you know, Salt Bay, the restaurant in Istanbul airport, which was lovely. And the flight home, I just slept. So 5 days post-op, I felt like I was absolutely fine to fly home. Last question that I've got is, how do they handle the aftercare now you're back in the UK? While I was in Istanbul, while I was in the hospital the first day, the nurses were coming to check on me like every hour. And then after that, when I went to my hotel, they were messaging my WhatsApp and they were coming to my hotel room at least one to two times a day. So since I've been back, they have been messaging me to see if I'm okay. They've given me clear, on a PDF document, clear aftercare points on what I need to do. So they said that a week after I got back, I had to take my tapes off, I had to clean it with iodine, and I had to put the Panthen on. Then I had to send them pictures of my boobs. They're very much involved in the aftercare when you get back to the UK as well, through pictures, through just messaging, making sure that I'm okay. Personally, from my experience, the nurses have been way more involved in my care and aftercare being in Istanbul than the ones that were in the UK with my UK surgeon. Like, I genuinely believe that and feel that. I feel really comfortable to ask them any questions over messaging and they get back to me within a very short period of time. That's all from me. If you have any other questions that I have not properly covered or answered, pop them down in the comments, and what I'll do is I will answer them in my 6-week post-op review. I hope that the video was informative. I love you all. Thank you for watching.